Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. President Bola Tinubu has rewarded one of his staunchest supporters, Professor Wole Soyinka, the Nobel laureate. The president rewarded Soyinka by naming the newly commissioned N20 from Northern Parkway to Outer Northern Expressway in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, after Professor Wole Soyinka, according to Tinubu, in recognition of his contribution to Nigeria's development. Tinubu made the pronouncement in Abuja during the commissioning of the N20 from Northern Parkway to Outer Northern Expressway after the FCT Minister, Wike, recommended to him to name the road after the Nobel laureate. The president, who accepted the recommendation from the FCT minister, described Wole Soyinka as Nigeria's foremost playwright, novelist, and Nobel Prize winner, who has made Nigeria the pride of the international community. Tinubu said, "Let me say here that your momentum and recommendation to name this road as Wole Soyinka Way is well received. Thank you for thinking that way. We all accept your recommendation on behalf of the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria." Of course, for Tinubu to reward Soyinka for his loyalty, he don't have to do it directly. Somebody have to make the recommendation, and Wike was the one that has to do it, following the road that they rehabilitated and all that. It's just like the new national anthem. It was the brainchild of President Bola Tinubu, but when it was presented by the House leader in the House of Representatives, and it was swiftly passed. Then it get to the Senate, swiftly passed, and the president signed it. So that Wike recommended it. It's not doesn't take anything away that is naming the streets, that road after Soyinka, is more likely to be the brainchild of the president, because Soyinka has been a vociferous supporter of Bola Tinubu. Before the election, he pretended to be neutral, sort of, and I was among those who never supported Peter Obi when he went to visit Soyinka. Soyinka was complaining about the attack by the obedience, and to reassure him, out of his own good way, Peter Obi went to visit Soyinka. But I know that it was going to be a futile effort, because knowing the relationship between Wole Soyinka and Tinubu, there is no way in a presidential election in which Tinubu is a key participant that Soyinka will not support Tinubu and then support Peter Obi. No matter, even if Peter Obi is an angel, he's not going. Soyinka will not support him when Tinubu is in the race. Now, Soyinka had been a major supporter of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has gone out of his way to claim that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu truly won the 2023 presidential election, that Tinubu won it fair and square, despite the damning report from the European Union monitoring group that monitored the election and other international organizations that monitor the election. Because the European Union gave a damning report on the election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC were not happy about. So, but despite that, you would have thought that a Nobel Prize would look at that report by the European Union to be able to know the true situation of things that happen in the election. But Wole Soyinka didn't want to hear about that. He strongly believed that Tinubu won the election. And he had also vehemently opposed the view that it was Peter Obi of the Labour Party that won the election, asking how can somebody who came third claim to have won the election, said that Peter Obi didn't win any election. If you see the anger in his face when he talks about it, you know that he has convinced himself that Peter Obi could not have won that election. But we are in this country where you had Hope Uzodinma, who came forth and eventually emerged the winner of the election. So that Peter Obi was allocated third position doesn't mean that he couldn't have won the election. There are many people who have said that he won the election, and there are strong indications that everything was manipulated against him. Even the glitches that they had in that election day that made the presidential election result not to be transmitted live in real time, like this National Assembly election. It was believed strongly that was sabotage because of Peter Obi. Even Prophet Alhaji Lai Mohammed did say that INEC deliberately switched off the server. Yes. When there was no glitches, there was no problem, because Amazon Web Services that provided the protection for their site, for the INEC site, said there was no threat. There was no threat to their platform. So why did they switch it off? That's the $1 million question that will remain unanswered for a very long time. But it is strongly believed that that was done to stop Peter Obi from emerging victorious. But you can't tell that to Wole Soyinka. I wouldn't want to listen to that. So he believed that Bola Ahmed Tinubu won fair and square, and he has publicly said it severally. And now only recently, in a podcast interview, Soyinka suggested that Peter Obi should not contest the 2027 presidential election, saying that Peter Obi is unfit to be the president because he could not control his supporters, known as the obedience, who Wole Soyinka even described them as fascists, and all kinds of names. Okay? He had a lot of complaint against them, so Peter Obi could not control them. Therefore, I don't know how you expect in this modern age for somebody to control people who use the internet. That was a big ask that I'm sure even himself cannot be able to provide that kind of control. And he said that by the attitude of Peter Obi, in that podcast interview, he said that by the attitude of Peter Obi and his supporters, that Peter Obi cannot pretend over a diverse nation like Nigeria. In other words, he was claiming that Peter Obi is a divisive candidate. But that assumption is utterly wrong, because if we look at the last election, the most divisive character in that election was the person Soyinka supported, Bola Tinubu, because it was Bola Tinubu that ran against Muslim tickets, that ran on Muslim tickets, which was a violation of the federal character principle and a violation of even natural justice and fairness. It was because of that his attitude of disregarding the religious sensitivity in a diverse nation like Nigeria and ran on a Muslim ticket that made people like Babashi Lawal to leave APC. People like even Daniel Bola to leave APC, because these are northern Christians. Of course, Daniel Bola has gone back to his vomit, but at least it was an indication that what he did was wrong. That a lot of people left the party. People like former Speaker of the House of Representatives from Bauchi State, a northern Christian, his name just escaped me. He also left. So he brought division in the country by running on a Muslim ticket. And he was also the person that was saying that it is the turn of the Yoruba and it is his turn. Okay? That P2B that Soyinka claimed is a divisive candidate never ran under that kind of arrangement. P2B was run only on the basis of competency, capacity, and integrity. And he was on record on several occasions saying it on campaign stopovers everywhere, saying, do not vote for me because I'm Igbo. Do not vote for me because I'm a Christian. Vote for me because I have the competency, the capacity to turn Nigeria from consumption to production. That was his sing song in that election. He wasn't divisive. It was Bola Tinubu that was a major divisive candidate who ran on a Muslim ticket, who said it is the turn of the Yoruba. It is his turn. He was a leader in this divisive campaign, Bola Tinubu, yet Soyinka supported him. And then this same Soyinka is telling us that P2B is a divisive candidate, that he couldn't be able to manage a diverse nation like Nigeria. How can that be? If Bola Tinubu, who ran on Muslim ticket, who ran on Emelakon, it is Yoruba turn, can be able to be president? Come on, how can a Nobel laureate say that P2B is a divisive candidate? P2B that ran on a balanced ticket, Muslim Christian ticket, I was saying it everywhere, that do not vote for me because I'm a Christian. Do not vote for me because I'm Igbo. Vote for me because I have the capacity, I have the competencies to be able to run Nigeria. So if there is anybody that was divisive candidate, it was the one that Soyinka supported, Bola Tinubu. But in all, most Nigeria will view the naming of the major road in Abuja after Soyinka as a reward for his loyalty and for his support for President Bola Tinubu. It will be difficult to convince any reasonable Nigerian that the naming of this road, this major road in Abuja, was altruistic. It was not because of the support that Soyinka had been given to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, speaking on his behalf, attacking anybody who tried to suggest that the election was not free and fair or that P2B won it. So, how do you convince us that the naming of this road is just altruistic? No. Many will assume, and it will be difficult to be convinced otherwise, that this road was named after Wole Soyinka in appreciation of his support for the government of the day. Thank you for watching this video. If you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.